Welcome to the SEL-Dixie Capital Investment Group Introduction to Private Mortgage Lending Investment Seminar. This presentation is being brought to you by John Schultes and Tony Maratoli, owners of SEL-Dixie Capital Investment Group. The purpose of this presentation is to explain to you how private mortgage lending works and to tell you a little bit about the company to see if it's a right fit for your investment portfolio. First off, we're excited that you found us, and we hope that this presentation will help us get acquainted. We truly want you to understand what SEL-Dixie Capital Investment Group has to offer, so feel free to take notes during the presentation, and be sure to include the title slide that you have questions about for reference. If you're viewing a live broadcast of this presentation, we will be available to answer your questions at the end of the seminar, or if you're viewing a previously recorded version, please call us or email your questions using the contact information provided on the last slide of the presentation. Now, we are required by state and federal securities laws to provide all viewers of this presentation with a disclaimer. And the disclaimer reads, "This is not a public offering or invitation to sell securities or to make an investment. This is only an informational seminar describing an investment strategy that can be considered at a later date and is being communicated in compliance with Section 517 of the Florida State Statutes." Let's review our seminar agenda. This is what we'll discuss during our presentation. What is private mortgage lending, and how does it work? What's in it for you? We'll talk about retirement fund strategies. We'll review case studies of investment deals and get details on how to get started. So, just sit back and enjoy the presentation. To really understand how private mortgage lending works, we think it's important to consider how banks make money. Banks take in money from individuals like you and offer CDs, investment accounts, mutual funds, and other investment vehicles that pay minimal returns, such as 1 to 3% annual percentage rate. Then, they loan the same money to real estate investors like us, who buy and repair houses. But banks charge extraordinarily high points, commissions, and other lending fees over and above their high interest rates. Private mortgage lenders cut out the middleman, so you, the private mortgage lender, actually become our bank. Let's take a look at our private mortgage lending program overview. We buy, repair, and sell houses for profit. To buy houses, we prefer to borrow money from private individuals like you. We pay you 12% annual percentage rate to use your money. And it's a really simple win-win plan. Next, we're going to describe some of the advantages of private mortgage lending so you can compare them with some other investment strategies. With private mortgage lending, your investment is secured. Can you say this about your stocks or mutual funds or other investments? With most investment strategies, there's absolutely nothing securing your investment. But with private mortgage lending, your investment is secured with real estate. This is a hassle-free, stress-free form of real estate investing. Now, most people are aware that investing in real estate in some way, shape, or form gives you an opportunity to greatly increase your wealth. Real estate investment has made millions of millionaires throughout history. However, when experienced investors dabble in buying, repairing, and selling houses or becoming landlords, it can create a tremendous amount of hassle and stress. With our private mortgage lending program, you leave all of that to the professionals. We make it simple so you can reap the benefits of real estate investing without all the hassles and the stress. You will receive a premium yield of 12% annual percentage rate. You can just sit back and collect your 12% interest. Compare this to more traditional investments, such as the stock market. We know many investors that have actually received a negative 12% rate of return on their investments in the past few years. Sound familiar? And you enjoy complete liquidity after only 12 months. Unlike some bank CDs that tie up your money for 2, 3, 5 or more years, our program only requires you to make a 1-year commitment with your funds. And more often than not, your money will be returned in a matter of months. In fact, most private lenders don't want the money right back because they know the longer their money's working, the more their money is earning at 12% interest. However, to be in strict compliance with regulatory guidelines, once the security for a loan has been sold, the money must be returned back to the lender. How the program works, this slide is sort of the nuts and bolts of how we do business. We locate investment property that meets our criteria. We borrow money from you to purchase the property. We have a formal closing that provides you with county-recorded documents to use the purchased house as collateral for the loan. The availability of cash allows us to buy houses at deep discounts. Because for SEL-Dixie Capital Investment Group, the availability of money is worth more than the cost of money. To simplify the explanation of our investment strategy, we've created this blueprint for success. And it starts with you, the investor, when you make the decision that you deserve a 12% rate of return. You sign the proper documents, securing a loan to our company. Then we purchase the house that meets our strict investment criteria. Next, we make the necessary repairs to make the property sellable on the retail market. Then we sell the house for a handsome profit. At the sales closing, you're reimbursed with your original principal amount, along with a 12% interest for the entire time that we've borrowed your money. After you do this for the first time, you're no longer just an investor. You will have become a private mortgage lender. As we mentioned, you'll be receiving documents at a formal closing to secure your investment. After making your commitment to loan us money, and prior to the closing, you will receive a certified appraisal disclosing the after-repair value of the subject property. You'll see for yourself what the property is worth compared to the amount of your loan. We will never borrow more than 70% of after-repair value of the subject property. You'll also receive a promissory note signed personally by both owners of SEL-Dixie Capital Investment Group. You'll get a 1-year balloon mortgage naming you as the lender and SEL-Dixie Capital Investment Group as the borrower. The term balloon mortgage ensures that your principal and interest will be returned to you in full no later than 1 year from the date the money is borrowed. The mortgage will also ensure that you will earn a minimum of 90 days of interest of the loan, even if the loan's paid back in only 30 days. You will receive a hazard insurance policy naming you as the payee. This way, your collateral will be insured for the full loan amount in the unlikely event of a loss due to fire or other catastrophe. You will receive a title insurance policy to verify clear title of the subject property. You'll also receive a UCC-1 form filed with the state, which will identify your mortgage as being a secured loan against the subject property. And we pay all closing costs associated with the loan while you sit back and collect 12% interest on the entire loan amount. We've already touched on some of this information, but to further explain our program, the following are our loan terms. Our minimum investment amount is $25,000, and currently our maximum amount is $600,000 for each property. Since we primarily purchase mid-price to high-end luxury homes, investments of less than $75,000 may be considered a second-position mortgage and used with another larger loan amount to increase our buying power. You begin earning 12% interest the moment you submit your funds to the closing agent for us to purchase the property. We need to have the funds in escrow no less than 10 calendar days prior to the scheduled closing to ensure a smooth transaction. You'll be earning interest during this period, even though your funds are still sitting in escrow. At the sales closing, you'll receive one check for the total principal and interest amount to satisfy your loan. This program is a 1-year commitment for your investment funds. However, subject properties are typically bought, repaired, and sold within 6 months. And again, you'll receive no less than 90 days of accrued interest for each loan, regardless if that loan duration is less than that. Do you have money in an IRA, a 401k, or a pension plan? Did you know that you can self-direct your current IRA regardless if it's a Roth or a traditional IRA? You may also be able to borrow against your 401k plan or pension plan. Some plans allow you to borrow up to 50% of your accrued assets, even if you're still employed with the same company that sponsored the fund. Your investment dollars grow tax-deferred or tax-free, depending on the type of plan it is. It's simple, easy, and we can help you set up your account. Let's review self-directed IRAs. When you open a self-directed IRA, you determine if you want it to be a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. Both have distinct advantages, which we can discuss with you later. With either type, your plan administrator is known as the custodian of your account. You can roll over your funds from your current IRA into your new account, and if you do this to become a private mortgage lender with SEL-Dixie Capital Investment Group, we will reimburse you up to $350 for the account conversion at the sales closing. When you're ready to loan, you complete a direction of investment form to self-direct the funds to the closing agent, who will be an attorney. When the house is sold, your principal and accrued interest are returned to your IRA custodian. You earn 12% interest, and your money grows tax-free.